Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with Heaven's Secret Requiem Season 3 Episode 8. Y'all, I know I'm extremely late, but I just got back from the hospital. I had to do an emergency surgery on my lower abdomen, so it's been pretty rough for me. But I saw the comments and yes, I am here. I have no idea what happened last episode. I think we went through some dark pages with our man CAIN, because that man apparently dwelled in his darkness and he made us hate ourselves, and the more we hated ourselves, the more he was thriving, and we did the exact same thing to him. I think I heard some rumors that we were gonna have a season 4 with Heaven's Secret Requiem, but I'm not entirely sure. But we will see what this episode is all about. Back to Siberia. Well, shit. Episode 8, The Beginning of Evolution. I remember that I hated what was going on because apparently we had to be dragged back to the rift. When I opened my eyes, I found endless darkness beneath me. I was suspended, my limbs tangled in some dangling wires which stopped me from falling. Where are we? Anna? A handful of snow fell from above, fluttering past and vanishing into the deep abyss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... That's a massive chasm down there, maybe more than 30 feet. How long have I been hanging here? And where's Anna? I can't see anything. I mean, we did zoom out on CAIN. Did we actually think he was just gonna settle with that? A disordered echo drifted up from below, sounding eerily like quiet footsteps. More snow. Ugh. Karma's coming from your ass. I'm sorry, we all know how much I hate Anna. She disappeared on us and then all of a sudden the entire mission came about finding her and helping her find her way back to the Lord Jesus Christ when she's the one literally creating every single trauma. I heard Anna groan nearby, and then the wires around us began to sway. Remembering my backpack, I was relieved to find I'd managed to sling it over my shoulder. Carefully, I reached inside, pulled out a glow stick, and cracked it. A greenish glow outlined Anna's silhouette tangled in wires not far from me. The spear was nearby it. She's alive, but probably unconscious. Oh no. What will the world do with an unconscious Anna? Reaching for the spear, I grabbed it and lightly prodded her with the tip. What the? Simona? Where are we? I don't know. I just woke up a minute ago. There's nothing below, and it looks like we're stuck. Got any ideas on how to get out? She looked around. The wires groaned and sagged, lowering her slightly. Careful, try not to move too much. Anna froze. Y'all, I feel so bad for my thoughts. What happens if she falls? Honestly, what will happen if she falls? Apparently, we are stuck in some daytime delirium, because how the fuck did we end up being entangled in wires? We went inside of a cave, if I remember correctly. My memory is not deluding me. We went inside a cave with that woman and all of a sudden we're in danger again. She attracts the danger. She attracts the problem. And we always find ourselves in the middle of it because we can't just say, nope, I'm done. Yeah, agreed. I think we're hanging over Siberia underground. This void at the base collapsed corridors. What were you doing here? How did you find me? Can't tip me off. I'm sick and tired. So he knew where she was. So I went back to the lab where we ran into that infected. Do you remember how CAIN blasted a hole into it? There's equipment left behind. Stuff even people at Adam couldn't get hold of. What about Juliana? She's still in the lab. She's fine. Shine some light that way. There should be a hole over there. I did as she asked, but all we saw was mangled steel and snow. Great. Just our luck. No, just your luck. You always drag everyone down with you. We brainstormed for a few minutes. Only one idea had any real chance. I tied one of the dangling wires to the glow stick and tossed it down. Its green glow lit up only a few floors below. Everything was collapsed except one floor. It's mostly packed in with snow and a thin layer of ice, but I think I can make the jump. And if your weight isn't enough to break through it, if you fall and can't grab onto anything, we need to jump together. And that together, that's even dumber. Girl, if Anna finally wants to be a necessary sacrifice, allow her to be the necessary sacrifice. Have her go down. I'm not letting you go alone. Oh, I'm definitely letting her go alone. Do what you think is right. You're right, then go for it. I feel so bad. You're right, you go for it, girl. Go for it by all means. Stupidity killed the cat. If you feel that this is the way to go down, then by all means, who am I to stop you? Go for it, my good sis. Between the two of us, you're clearly the best one for the job. And it's not thrilled. You're so quick to risk. I am so weak. She rolled her eyes and tied a wire around her leg. Bitch, you offered. Like, I'm just allowing you to make your own decisions. Hello. Safety line. Happy now? That'll just fall with you. We don't even know what's anchored. I'm so sorry. We have to dress. I'm sorry. Are we actually creating all this drama sauce? Bitch, you offered, so you go down. What do you want me to say? We have to dress something. She launched a glow stick towards the passage. It snagged on a piece of rebar, lightening the way. She climbed onto a cable thick like a wine, took a breath, pressed her lips together, and swung herself down. A second later, she landed on the snow mound. She teetered, struggling to keep her balance. It didn't give way. Anna. Well, karma. Karma. That's what stupidity does, bitch. What's the matter? You wanted to go down, so stay down. Simona. What? Anna. What do you want me to do from up there? Desperately trying to grip the slick ice and crusted snow, Anna slid rapidly downward, getting closer and closer to the darkness of the deep chasm. What an awful way to go down. Well, in the past, you enjoyed physical activity and working out. You're in great shape, period. There was no time to waste. I grabbed the spear, slashed through the wires, holding me and dove after Anna. Of course, because if one dies, why should it just stay one? Let's make it two. I hit the snow, drove the spear in, and managed to grab her hand at the last possible second. Simona, my hands are slipping. Well, bitch, then do something. Don't move. My fingers ached. I could barely hold on to the spear. Anna's hand, wet with snow, was slick and slipping. It felt like she was just seconds away from falling. Again, why do we have to do everything? I'll try to haul you up. Grab the spear if you can, okay? Gritting my teeth, I gave it everything I had and pulled her up. We both threw our weight against the spear, and the ice beneath us cracked, crumbling away. The snow collapsed into a passageway, and we fell onto the floor. Your quick thinking saved your lives, Oh God, thank you. Yeah. Lying on our backs, we struggled to catch our breath. Usually Dimitri is the one who decides where to go and how we get there. It's so hard when it's all on you. And he just handles it all. Doing it once is more than enough for me. Well, bitch, then why the fuck did you think that it was such an intelligent idea to just go and live on your own? She's the one that wanted to stay back. She's the one that didn't want to go back. And now all of a sudden it's our fault that she can't make her shit work. She offered me her hand. I stood, cut the wire holding the glow stick, and strapped the spear to my backpack so it wouldn't get in the way. Hold on, my radio's dead. Now we can tell where the others are. Don't tell me this one's out too. Again, bitch, this is your doing. You could have just stayed back, bitch. Why is it now our fault? She smacked the device with her hand. It sputtered to life with static. Through the noise, faint voices reached us. Others have landed. It's empty inside. I wasn't sure if I was really hearing them or if my mind was playing tricks on me. A chill ran down my spine. The voices sounded like Ania and Pylon, but they couldn't be there. They had stayed behind with the professor at Adam. The static died and the radio went silent for good. Did you hear that? Yeah. What was that? I don't know. Do you know anything? Like, y'all, she is getting on my goddamn nerves. Can we get rid of her, please? Anna frowned, lowering her head as if trying to make sense of it. Then she looked at me with a serious expression. CAIN warned us that everything here might not be what it seems. I think we just saw one of those anomalies. What does that mean? The rift, the spawns, their haze. Anyway, let's not stand around. We have to find our way to Juliana. Are you ready? With one last look into the void, we turned away and stepped into the darkness. Of course, because why go to the light when you can go into the darkness? Y'all, I know I said it gets worse before it gets better, but that's not what I meant. Outside the Romanov estate, a sleek twin-rotor helicopter had landed just before the next blizzard rolled in. Donovan trudged through the snow toward a pile of ash. That bitch is still alive. Well. A spark flared and smoke curled from the cigarette, clenched between her lips. She picked up the only surviving scrap of paper and examined the sketch. Behind her, soldiers disembarked from the helicopter, forming a small squad. I'm sorry, it's the fact that the bitch that wanted us dead is still alive. Thank you, Anna. After circling the city, Pylon and Nia landed on the estate's rooftop. Can someone explain to me why the fuck they decided to be with that bitch? Because it really does not make sense to me. Donovan exhaled a stream of smoke. Lately, she'd been smoking more than usual. The lemon bomb wasn't working anymore. A soldier approached, his uniform more ornate than the others. "A sec in Alaska." The professor replied curtly. She raised a brow, almost mockingly. "The architecture is the same." "Oh, really?" Tossing her cigarette, she clicked her jaw and waved a hand, changing the subject. "I had my doubts your tag would get here in time, but you made it. And the support's been helpful. I appreciate that, Paul." "We're glad to. It's been good doing business, and we finally got to repay that weapons debt." Paul moved on, giving orders to his men. The professor looked at the sheet of paper. Drawings of strange stones caught her eye, but the writing below them was in an unknown language. Pylon. He leaped from the rooftop and landed beside her, sending up a spray of snow. Hiding the irritation in his eyes beneath a tangle of curly hair, he stood in silence, waiting for orders. "Can you make out anything on this?" Pylon took the damn page. It began to steam in his hands as he dried it with his heat. The art and text became clearer. "Menhirs, places where space bends closer to the celestial realm. Occult rituals were held here." "Good. Anything else you can do, or is that your limit?" The demon barely held back a retort. I'm sorry, but this is so fucking funny. Because, they chose to stay back with the bitch. Did they actually assume that they were gonna get recognition for all their hard work? "It's not my main power. If I trained it like the others, I could do more." "So your god parcel can be trained." It sounds like a regular energy field. It can be enhanced and expanded. Interesting. If Adam hadn't escaped, we could have run a trial here. Oh, the audacity. It seems like the success rate might be higher. There's a reason people believe in places like this. The professor paused, then looked up at the demon. "Still, no point mourning a single immortal, especially a defective one. We're running out of time. Dimitri's probably already leading the squad to the rift." "Oh no!" She turned to Paul and shouted. "Find the base entrance. It's got to be here somewhere. We need the equipment and the angel." What angel? They actually want CAIN's brother that fucking badly? No, y'all, let me tell you. I'm the type of bitch. You want something I have. Even if I don't like him, even if I don't want him myself, but due to the fact that you want him desperately, I want him more. Her gaze shifted from Pylan to Ania. Let him go for now. The glow stick barely lit the tunnel. Anna led the way, spear held out just in case. I hope we don't hit a dead end. With her, you definitely will. It would be nice to find a map of the lower levels. I walked behind her, staring at her back. So Anna joined us just to get into the lab. Yes, only for her benefit. She could give two more damns about you. That's why I said let her go down in her own stupidity. Maybe I should ask. Why did you stay with Donovan and then change your mind? What do you think? A lot of things, but I want the truth. That's why I asked. Anna let out a heavy sigh. I can hear a hint of blame in your voice, but I get it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was gonna thank you for that? I stayed behind because I felt close to a breakthrough. I needed the research. I couldn't just trail behind you no matter how much I wanted to be near. So no, this wasn't about Donovan, even though I was scared for my aunt. No matter how she acts sometimes, well, that's her aunt? What did I fucking say? The entire family is bitches. Like, the only one I can get behind now is Dimitri. He's the only one I'm fine with now. But the others? I don't know. It's hard to explain. No, it's not hard to explain. Bitch, that's your own fucking fault. You need to know when to set priorities. I still remember her as the woman with perfect hair who brought expensive gifts to Christmas dinner. Anna tripped over some wires on the floor. Losing her train of thoughts, she returned to the conversation. For experiments, I need equipment, materials. The professor didn't give me anything, but here at the base, there's still plenty of it left. I don't want to think I betrayed the squad. We're all on the same side, humanity's side, but everyone has to contribute in their own way. Your aunt wants to kill everyone that isn't her, bitch. You actually think she cares about humanity? In her eyes, only the people that are worthy. And we're all fighting in our own way. Staying in the lab with Donovan, I could do more than slowing you down on the way to Rotkov. I said nothing, letting her speak. She suddenly stopped and turned to me. I'm sorry I tried to leave you all behind at Adam. It was hard without my brother, without the rest of you. I was trying to act tougher than I was. But I was scared. Honestly, that's when I realized that without the people you care about, nothing means anything. I couldn't stop crying. I blamed myself for leaving. Well, at least you have some feeling left, huh? And running off with Juliana, I didn't want to. I had to force myself to come here. I just know that if I can reach the truth, I have to do it. Anna didn't wait for a reply. Turning away again, she walked ahead with a weary sigh. A sense of duty as a scientist is eating me alive. You weren't afraid to ask, and Anna opened up to you. Again, be honest. What's the worst thing that can happen to you? Them not answering. Dot. A metal door appeared ahead, and I pulled the lever, forcing it open. Beyond it lay rows of open cages. The sound of snow falling outside sent a chill down my spine. Paired with the rusting iron bars, it was an eerie scene. Who are they keeping in here? Do you actually want to know? Judging by the size dogs, I think they were used for research. But animals can get infected, right? It's believed that all mammals have a colostrum, but we've never seen infected animals. Really? I thought we saw some. Or was that just me? We saw some abominations in the wild. Wasn't those enemies? Enemies. Wasn't those animals? Maybe because they don't carry the gilder burdens that torment us, there's nothing for the abominations to latch onto. Anna walked further in. By an overturned desk was an open safe, medical supplies scattered around it. Digging through the shelves, she pulled out several medications. Wow. Juliana's sick. She needs something strong enough to kill the virus. Otherwise, it will kill her. This should help. Don't these have expiration dates and storage requirements? I'll check if they're still safe once we're back. Above the desk hung a torn floor map. Carefully taking it down, I tried to figure out where we were. This door should lead us to the stairwells that go down to the lab. Last time they were blocked. It doesn't matter. We'll get through. Everything's rusted and barely holding together. I had doubts about Anna's optimism, but didn't argue. Following the map, we exited into a corridor and reached a collapsed stairwell. Nearby was a door leading to the old generators. Anna examined the machinery, surprised. These are mechanicals, like wind-up toys. Just crank the handle a few dozen times and we'll get 2 days of power. Emergency power only, though. Probably just dim lights and some critical life support. Till we turn it on. I placed my hand over her, stopping her. What if the infected are drawn to the light? I don't think any are left here. How do you know? What makes you so sure? You're oddly calm. Like I said, CAIN found me, but he didn't tell the others. She looked away, exhaling, then turned back to me more seriously. He said this base is near the rift, and Baal's influence creates illusions that play with the minds of people here. We might see things that aren't real. I remembered the voice pretending to be Dimitri, trying to get me to open the door. I think I've encountered that already, when I fell through the ice. Juliana did too. She thought her dead brother was alive. CAIN was supposed to draw all the abominations into the rift. The base should be clear, though we shouldn't rule out some rough creatures. The ones too far gone who don't respond to the call anymore, but I doubt they're lingering on the upper floor. I haven't heard anything, so let's get the light on and head back. And at a point, CAIN had led the infected and spawns away, and the light would definitely help us navigate. Alright, let me help. Let's crack that thing and get out of here. Do we have any other choice? An hour later, our hands ached, our skin was raw, and our fingers could barely move. Come on, Zimuna, according to the instructions, just 10 more turns. Then the gear should start. Who designs machines like this? Be glad it works at all. Quit complaining. Not with my hands aching like that. With our last bit of strength, we completed the turns. A green light blinked on. It worked. She hit the button next to it. The generator wired to life and gear slowly reversed. Lights flickered, then they lit up. A tiny melody began playing in the distance. It was meant to be calming, but the rapt sound only made it more unsettling. What the hell? We need to shut that music off. I think that's done from the control booth, but that's in another wing. We can't get there. Well, at least we've got light. Let's get out of here. Juliana's probably going out of her mind, not knowing what's happening. Is this bitch for real? We managed to move to lighter chunks of concrete that blocked the stairs. One by one, we squeezed through a gap. Climbing the stairs, I found myself in a familiar place. With the lights on, it looked completely different, but everything was still where I saw it last. I told Juliana to lock herself in. And did she actually do it? At the lab door, Anna knocked in a specific pattern and stepped back. It's kind of like a code. Really now? Something moved on the other side. The hinges groaned as the door opened. Uh-oh. We froze. The squad stood inside the lab surrounding Juliana. What in the holy fuck? So they managed to get in here before we did because we wasted all our fucking time getting that damn generator to work. Every one of them stared at us in confusion, just as we stared at them. Dimitri, get your bitch-ass sister in line. ABEL. Yo, I did say I kind of grew fond of ABEL. They're here, that's annoying. Okay, we don't need to be that kind of a bitch. Honestly, it's a relief. Like, where the fuck did you come from? No fucking clue, but you're here. That's better when they're around. Ew. Dimitri exhaled. Anna walked over and awkwardly hugged her brother. That awkwardly is the right word. The general gently ran a hand through her hair. Just like when you were a kid, hiding in the father's corner so no one would take your toys. Oh, stop it. I've got guns now, so don't think I won't fight back. She pulled away and raised an eyebrow playfully. I knew CAIN wasn't among the group, but still I scanned the room again just in case. Where is my fucking man? Did Abel's story really not change anything for me? What am I supposed to even think now? Remembering the angel, I instinctively turned to the corner where Abel stood and froze. He was watching me intently with a flicker of curiosity. Oh shit. I remember the drama I created. Then he looked away. I stepped closer to the couch where Juliana lay and looked her over. Even Abel, standing off to the side, looked on with concern. Oh God, is she dying? Are you cold? I'm fine. That sounds pretty serious. I noticed a radio clench in Juliana's hands. I know you were gone a long time and I got worried. You left it here. I picked up a signal. I had to answer. It's fine. I'm glad everyone here is now. I didn't mean to be gone so long. The experiment weren't getting anywhere anyway. Despite Anna's gentle tone, Juliana lowered her head in guilt. Why are you fucking feeling guilty? Like, it was her choice to leave. I heard something crack above me, like something collapsed. I was scared you were gone because you turned. You warned me about the fan token you injected, so I told them everything. Okay, so she told them every single piece of information. Alright, well, Juliana went quiet and a heavy silence filled the lab. She looked up apologetically, only to meet the icy expression in Anna's eyes. Literally, she did tell on her. Well, shit. Dimitri frowned, rubbing the bridge of his nose. He closed his eyes. Yeah, she told them everything. That's what she just said. Seriously, how could you keep that to yourself? Ooh-hoo. I was just doing what I could. Anna. Literally. The general held her gently by the shoulders, making her look at him. I'm not a father. Yeah, he ain't, bud. You don't need to hide from me or wait for punishment like some kid who messed up. I'm on your side. Even if you know I'll disapprove of something, tell me. Try to convince me. Give me reasons. Do you realize what could have happened to you? And you? What were you thinking when you threw yourself at that infected and got bit under the monastery? What is all this? Anna's voice trembled, her brows furrowed, and her eyes welled up. You were ready to leave me behind. Oh my God, no, not this family drama. No. If I hadn't done that, none of you would have had a future. Without the book and the translator, I couldn't protect you. Then don't blame me. Without a cure, we could all turn at any moment. One scratch and... Anna fell silent, afraid she'd lose control. The general pulled her into a hug, shielding her from the others. Okay, I got it. Just don't do it again. I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired. You're not that close to Anna, so you decided to act like you knew nothing. Better keep quiet, or I'll be the one getting lectured next. Period. This was the only chance to learn more about the infection, to test my theories. I was trying to figure out how to fight the Fantogen, or how to block its entry into the colostrum. But I realized the blood can't be purified and the infection can be reversed. The only option is to isolate the colostrum, but that would require precise surgical intervention. So there's no way to get rid of it. Removing a bandage, Jan ran his finger along the rough purple-tinged skin there. Oh! Anna stepped closer and examined the wound. I'm afraid not. That skin has become part of you. It's changed your body slightly. Gave you strength, but that's it. There is no going back. Jan sat heavily on the edge of the couch. I think what he wanted most was to go back to a normal life. Now he has to live with wearing spawn skin forever, and if we really do manage to wipe them out, what then? Anna fell silent, the room grew quiet. So what's the plan now? CAIN lured all the spawns and infected into the rift. We can't go that way anymore, but the base should be clear. We can reach the very center of it through these passages. We've got a map, just in case. The lights and that stupid music. What's that you're doing too? Yeah, if power usage is moderate, it's said the generator will run for about 2 days. It only powers this wing, so the rest of the base will stay dark. Juliana coughed again. Red, I found medicine. I have to test it. It'll take a few hours. I need to make sure it hasn't gone bad. Then we'll treat you. Something like a course of antibiotics. Thank you, Anna. Wrapped in a thick blanket, Juliana closed her eyes. A moment later, we heard her breathing soften. She'd fallen asleep from exhaustion. Don't look at me like that. I didn't drag her here. She followed me. She remembered what I told her in the dining room. I think she knew I was doing research. That's why she asked for medicine. She's afraid the illness might cost her the baby. The only thing I could do was try to find some here. But I mean, she can't take medicine. If she takes medicine, the baby automatically takes it too. To let Juliana rest, we moved into the adjacent rooms where there were showers divided into men's and women's sections. I don't know what to do. After any experiments, everyone had to go through a decontamination process, so yeah, there are showers. Also, the sofas open and unfold, by the way. Well, yeah. I already spent the night on one. It didn't break my back. I'll work on the medication while you guys rest. I think everything will be ready in 5 hours or so. And what's the floor plan? I'll check how we can move forward. Here, take it. I decided to show Greg where we came from, figure it out on his own. Show him where he's coming from. We were here, got the map here, and came out here. Do you want me to translate anything? Oh, that'd be great. Just give me a second to get my bearings. Your relationship with the squad has improved. The BL of it all. Like, just the BS. The squad spread out, each finding their own spot. We had a little time to rest before moving forward. ABEL went over to the lockers checking their contents. He pulled out a rope and pants identical to the ones he had on when we first met. He disappeared into the shower room. I watched lazily as he rolled several plastic water jugs out and disappeared into the room where Juliana slept. Kate volunteered to keep an eye on Juliana. Out of all of us, she understood her fears best. It looks like the store is the only way into the other sectors. Greg pointed to a set of large sliding doors. There were no handles, no levers, no keyboard. I don't think brute force will open these. They look too solid. I wonder if there's enough power for anything more than dim lighting. The music's playing, so there should be. Approaching a desk with a small computer, Noah pressed the power button. A loading bar flickered across the glitchy screen. It looks like it's auto-connected to the system. We just need to figure out how to get in. It's asking for a pin. And where exactly are we supposed to get it? No clue. Got any suggestions? For 0. Jan. The general gave Jana. The general and I were on a connection. What? Gotta start with the obvious. I'm sick and tired. That was hilarious. Me too, General. Well, we have to start somewhere. A red X appeared on the screen denied. Then a new line showed up under the password field. Show hint. Noah clicked the message. A new window opened with just 4 letters. Greg. Wait, was this Emma's computer? Oh my god, don't tell me. He gripped the back of Noah's chair. It creaked loudly. Sir, relax. Oh no. Then maybe. Greg tried to gather his thoughts, but they wandered. The news about his sister catching him off guard. Take your time. Oh, give me the keyboard. Greg typed in some numbers. What's that? Oh no. My heart. It sucks. Like, he lost his best friend to a cult of mad people, and his sister was slaughtered. That's fucked up. My birthday. The input box flashed red again. 2 tries left. What happens if we fail?
Good question. We could get locked out, or we might only have to wait a few hours to try again. If the hint has my name, the pin must be related to me somehow. I just don't know what it could be. Maybe some important moment between you two. Yeah, the day she got her acceptance letter from Dame Siberia, we were all so happy. Another wrong entry. Damn it, I don't know. It could be anything. He exhaled hard and started pacing. Greg, think carefully. Did your sister say anything unusual the last time you saw her? There had to be something that stuck with you. Isn't much to remember. She only told me about my pendant and rushed back to work. He instantly stopped and pulled out the pendant from under his shirt. Red, 4 digits, there's a marking on it, the number of the alloy she developed. Hold up, are we sure this is our last try? Emma gave this to me for a reason. She knew I didn't understand a word of her work, but she made me listen anyway. Let's try. We got no other choice. That. Staring at the pendant as if afraid to forget the number, Greg entered the code and paused. Not wanting to waste time, Noah quickly hit the enter button. A second passed, and another. The system lagged. Welcome, Emma. It worked. Everyone leaned in towards the screen, forcing Noah to hunch over the desk. Damn, like, that's something I hate. Like, give me some space to breathe. Is there anything in there about her? God, we just got the desktop. How would I know? I feel this. Noah spent the next 20 minutes or so digging through folders, trying to find anything other than endless test data and samples. There's a lot of information here. Access codes, projection files. Figuring out which one unlocks the door is going to take time. Until Anna's tested the medicine, there's nothing for us to do anyway. For you or for me, I'm sick and tired. Noah, I love him. Like, he's bitching at everything and everyone. Whatever, there's some kind of program here. Everything's so outdated. Couldn't Siberia afford to install a newer system? Apparently not, bitch. When was the apocalypse? Noah clicked an icon, and a drive beneath the monitor popped open. What kind of port is this? Doesn't look like it's for disks. That's a floppy disk drive. Didn't think anyone still used those. Maybe this is what we're looking for. Jan had been rummaging through the desk after prying open one of the locked drawers. Inside a metal box lay 4 floppy disks. Each one was labeled. Do we go through them one by one or just try the last one? Let's try loading. My goodness, how am I supposed to know? What? We're not allowed to use much here. This relic is all I could find. It barely holds a couple minutes of video. I'm so tired. There's nothing close to my heart here. I miss my parents so much, my brother. I don't even know when I'll see them. Emma fell silent for almost a minute. She lowered her head, her shoulders trembling now and then. Oh my god, poor Greg that actually has to sit behind the screen and actually see his sister struggle like that. She's crying. The video ended. That sucks. I glanced at Greg staring blankly at the screen. His fists were clenched so tightly his knuckles had paled. What did I say? Literally. Like, this sucks. The floppy disk ejected and Noah returned it to the box. Let's try loading. Log 2. Something finally works. I can't believe it. My first project. If it performs well, the base will start production. It could revolutionize medicine. A hydro chamber with a substance where bacteria can survive. Any wound just stalls. It's like a life support system, like a womb. Donovan said it might help Adam. But I keep wondering, are we doing the right thing? What are we even part of? And what's the prize? Well, the video ended and the floppy disk ejected. Noah stored it back in the box. Log 3. Noah loaded the last disk. Could it be that I missed something by putting the third one We've assembled the final hydro chamber prototype. It was moved to the archives downstairs. That's close to us according to the layout. I never thought my calculations would actually work, but they did. I can't tell anyone. The project's classified. It won't go public. She sighed. I'll sneak Greg a piece of the alloy. He won't understand, but maybe it'll make him smile. My best years are slipping away in the snow-covered wasteland. Someone knocked on the door behind Emma. She stood and walked toward it. Then the video cut out. Oh shit. Oh no. I'll pull the disc out and put it away. Yeah. Well, happens. That's everything. Open the folder, Adam. No, open it. A new window appeared with 1,000 subfolders. You could spend years trying to find anything useful in there. Judging by the names, each folder has its own category. Camera logs, cost reports, and staff data. We can open them. This computer doesn't have fully access. It has to have access to something, though. Is there no folder named Hydro Chamber? No, I ran a search, but nothing came up. Nothing. Then let's not waste time. We need to find that door code. You failed to recover the black box earlier. And Squat never got Donovan's formulas. Well, Abel stepped out of the shower wearing the clean clothes he found. He looked refreshed, water still dripping from his hair. Why did you shower? Where did you even find water? There is an immense heater. Oh, okay. I left it in the container with snow and it melted fast. Why? I peeked into the shower room, surprised. While we were busy with the doors, Abel had filled the room with canisters. One of them still had a portable water heater rigged inside. I cautiously dipped my fingers in. Warm. Abel had punctured the lid off one canister and secured it on the wall. It looked like a makeshift outdoor shower head. There's enough here for everyone. We can finally get clean. The water's warm. In one of the women's showers next to my room. The bed is there and set up, and there are some blankets. You can settle in if you'd like. I'll stay close to Juliana either way. I rummaged through the lockers in the woman's shower room and found a few pieces of clothing in my size. I set them aside to change into after I washed. I have to go with this one. Blue. I looked at my reflection in a cracked tile, barely able to make out my own features. I combed my hair. When you buy a hairstyle, all 3 alternative colors will be at. Okay. Truth be told, the hair looks awful, whichever way you want to look at it. In someone's abandoned makeup bag, I found a set of fake piercings and a pair of glasses without lenses. What in the hell? You know what? We're gonna go with a nose piercing because I'm that fucking dramatic. I shut the door to a shower stall and stepped under the water. The weak stream grew stronger over time, and for a few precious moments I forgot I was standing in a collapsed underground base. Steam began to rise. The warm drops caressed my skin, reminding me of CAIN's touch. Fleeting but warming, both outside and in. He could have tortured me, or maybe I tortured him. Even if it was just words, should that kind of past change what we have? I exhaled deeply, grabbed my head, and leaned against the wall. Sliding down to the floor, I watched the water trickle away. And what am I supposed to do about Abel? We're not going to talk about Abel, girl. Should I keep quiet about what happened or tell CAIN the truth? What will he think of me? So close now. Kira? That bitch is dead. No. No. Huh? I thought I heard a whisper. A shadow glided behind the frosted glass door. Who's there? No reply came. Swallowing hard, I slowly cracked the door open. Y'all, I'm fucking scared if we actually say what happened between us and Abel. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We saw that girl die. I thought she actually had a nice way out, but apparently no. I have the feeling she went out and there were some nice abominations waiting for her downstairs and she got bit. That's fucked up. A creature bearing Kira's features shoved me onto the cold tile, then it unraveled into black streams and slipped down the drain, vanishing with the water. Oh, My head throbbed. A terrible pressure crushed my temples like it was trying to claw its way out of my skull. Footsteps echoed. I barely managed to cover myself before the shower door flew open. What's going on? There was something, or someone. Shh. Everyone already asleep. No one came in here. I went down the drain. Giving me a doubtful look, Noah stepped past me and leaned down to look, letting the water run over his head. It's got filters in it. Not even a roach could get through. My head ached again. Maybe I really did imagine it. Alright. If you're scared, you can sit next to me. Oh, Noah is such a cutie pie. I asked Noah to wait outside, quickly rinsed off and changed into clean clothes. Settling onto the sofa bed, I watched the screen flickering behind where Noah sat. It reminded me of childhood when I fell asleep in the living room watching my dad's laptop. You're not getting a medal for staring at the screen. Well, hunt for code. Get some rest while you can. What about you? Oh, do you want to trade places? My lips pressed into a line. He noticed and smirked. Honestly, I'm living for Noah. And go to sleep. Because he may be a bitch, but hello, we are too. Not wanting to distract him any further, I closed my eyes. I imagined CAIN lying down beside me. Why is that bitch away again? His wing draped over me, shielding me from the world. Suddenly, I felt feathers brush my forehead. I opened my eyes in surprise and saw an angel sitting between me and Noah. I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired! Why is Abel in front of my salad again? Can he actually read our thoughts? Can he actually understand? Or was this just him deciding that he has to be a little bitch? He didn't look at me. Not knowing what that meant, I sank into my thoughts. The steady clicking of the mouse lulled me and I drifted into sleep. The fact that he took his brother's place, I'm sick and tired. That night, Anna woke us all, distributing the food she brought from the estate. She had already changed. Okay. Usually, I wouldn't give her shit, but you know what? Who cares? The squad quickly finished off their bland dinner, and Greg brought a can of food out to the she-wolf still waiting outside. Suddenly, Juliana broke into a harsh cough. The illness was relentless. The squad gathered around the couch where she lay. Anna, what about the medicine? It's not ready yet. It's still being tested. Drops of blood stained Juliana's palm more than before. This is really bad. It is. She's dying. She wasn't supposed to get worse. I got her comfortable and made her rest. Yesterday her fever had dropped. But she looks completely drained. Abel noticed how Juliana awkwardly gripped the blanket near her side as if trying to hide something. Anna followed his gaze and sensing something wrong, she pulled back the fabric. Uh-oh. A dark maroon streak stretched beneath her ribs. Thin streams of blood had soaked deep into the cot mattress. Wow. So she already miscarried. Where did she get a wound that deep? When did this happen? How? While you were gone, I thought I saw my brother again. I almost walked to him, but ran into a spike. The pain brought me back to my senses. Why did you say anything? We've lost so much blood. Even antibiotics won't help now. I was scared you'd stop treating me, that you'd think it was too risky and send me back. Silence fell. You know I won't survive the night. Wow. Save him. Wow.
So she wants us to do a surgery on her to get the baby out. Nah, y'all, no. Her frail hand rested on her scarf-wrapped belly, gently stroking the life growing inside. Well, I'm still alive. Please. Baby, I don't know how far along you are, but if she is still early on, if we don't have the nutritions in order to help the baby grow, taking the baby out before it's due won't really do the baby much good. And she would have died for nothing. Is that even possible? Sitting beside her, Anna looked at the young woman. You think the baby is viable since you're this far along, but if we operate, you'll die from blood loss or shock. With our supplies, we can't work fast or precisely enough. It'll take too long. The baby will lose oxygen before we reach him. So my body just needs to hold on longer than it normally would, right? Reaching behind her, Juliana pulled out a syringe filled with black liquid. Oh, hell no. The Fantogen? Don't do anything stupid. Jan shook his head. He and Noah stood off to the side, arms crossed, eyes blank. Left it on the table. I didn't mean to take it, but I knew that if something happened and you tried to resist, I'm sorry, I have no other choice. Oh, hell no. If I infect myself, my body will keep functioning a while longer, right? But how we will kill you? No, y'all, they be questioning. No, my brain is not functioning. Gritting her teeth and cursing her carelessness, Anna whispered, yes. And the infection, will it pass to the baby? That's the thing, we don't know. Most likely not. What do you mean most likely not? The fuck? It's still growing inside of her. And everything that the mother gets, the baby gets too. That's why you can't use any medicine when you're pregnant. Or do any surgery. What do you mean? It targets the brain, but that's just theory. I can't say how it'll behave in reality. Juliana started coughing again. Bright red spread across her lips. She wiped it off with her sleeve and looked at Anne exhausted. Save the baby. Clutching the syringe tightly, she held it out to us, entrusting us with her fate. Y'all, this is some fucking ass bullshit. A slender hand closed over her as a silent promise to help. Will you tell me who the baby's father is? He's gone. The avalanche back then. He never made it out. They found him too late. The baby's father's dead. The child's future is uncertain. Well, that sucks. I see. Are you sure? Absolutely ready. There's no turning back. We could try something else. Anna, enough. I'm ready. And I'm already depressed again. You may skip the scene. It may be disturbing for some players. Alright, y'all. I've watched some horrific movies. I'm ready. For you all, if you don't want to watch it, don't. I'm gonna. The squad helped strap Juliana's arms and legs to the couch. We had to stay close, monitoring everything. I mean, technically, what is supposed to happen? They literally have to use a knife in order to literally slash her open while she's awake because there's no anesthesia, no nothing. She will die due to blood loss. And she wants us to infect her in hopes that her body will survive a little bit longer to the point where we can get the baby out safely. How's that supposed to work besides? Us slashing her open in order to get the baby out, her screams of pain will attract abominations all around. Goddamn, but just imagining the visual. Greg, you've taken first aid courses, right? Yeah. Can you help? He nodded, looking pale, and I led him to the showers. They washed their hands and put on gowns before returning. Y'all, this is some PTSD. Their eyes both held despair and resignation. Anna did everything she could to avoid Juliana's gaze. Me. But Juliana, on the contrary, watched her every move with bated breath. Of course, she was scared. I mean, what would you expect? No one wants to die, but apparently the life of her baby is more important in her eyes than her own life. And I would say because of how much she loved the father's the baby's father. She wants a part of him to live, even if that means that she won't, because in her eyes, because she got slashed and she has been bleeding out for a while, she won't make it either way. And she doesn't want the baby to have to suffer because of her carelessness. Juliana was starting. Do you want to say anything before we begin? Oh no. Juliana, rest in peace. As much as she could be a little brat when we first met, she still gave us food. We exchanged utensils for food and everything. She has a soft space in my heart.
Tell the baby, Mommy loved him very much.
Anna forced a cold, emotionless mask onto her face. Taking Juliana's hand, she raised the syringe above it. You're doing the right thing. You're brave. If you think so. To know that I'm slowly turning into a monster just in order to save my child, y'all, the visual. What are they supposed to do with the baby? Not to be insulting or anything, but that scream of a child, especially without the mother and having no fucking supplies in order to keep the baby alive. How long do you think the baby is gonna make it without actually screaming for the attention of abominations? Sensing the end, Juliana's lips trembled. Tears streamed from her eyes, but she bit down hard, nearly drawing blood, forcing herself to stay strong. Understanding her pain and wanting to spare her more suffering, Anna pushed in the syringe and injected the Fantogan. Straight into the open wound. Juliana clenched her teeth but couldn't suppress her scream. Of course, black veins spread upward from the red wound, wrapping around her chest and arms, constricting her throat. Oh, shit. Immediately, she trashed onto the couch, nearly flipping it. Dimitri and Young grabbed the sides, trying to hold the infected woman down. Scalpel. Of course, after she lost herself, she's not really gonna notice anything anymore, will she? Yeah. Juliana could no longer speak coherently. Her eyes had lost their light. Yeah, she gone. Anna worked over the open belly. Her gaze was clinical and focused. Her hands barely shook. She was doing what had to be done. She had taken on the responsibility for another's life, even knowing her skills might fall short. God, faster. Between the screaming, the chaos, and the efforts to hold Juliana down, I could barely make sense of what was happening. But just a few seconds of what I saw were enough to realize the thick crimson rope Greg was cutting was the umbilical cord. A moment later, a newborn was pulled from the ruptured belly. Juliana's cries faded. Someone from the squad helped her go. A mother's sacrifice for her child hung heavy in all her heart. The lap fell into silence. The cries gave way to an almost tangible stillness that marked her passing. Truth be told, I have a bitter aftertaste in my mouth. To know that such things used to happen back in the day when there was no anesthesia and the baby was too big, or there was a problem with the mom, like the hips maybe being too small and the child needed a bit more space, like women would be slashed open like that. And just imagining that this would be like a fate for any woman that decided to get intimate with someone that they used to care about, and maybe even the husband having to do that just in order to either keep the legacy afloat or just have a bit of the woman that they loved by their side. Nah. Everyone had stepped away. Juliana's slim body lay sprawled across the couch. Anna stood over her, holding the blood-streaked newborn in her arms. He wasn't crying. Is he breathing? I don't know. Suddenly, a crimson tear leaked from beneath the baby's eyelid. His tiny face tensed as if frowning. Then he opened his eyes and began to cry. Is he infected now or not? Was he in the haze? And just now got out on his own? I looked at his head. A thin black vein ran from his belly button to his temples, then stopped short, going no further. Maybe his body reacted instinctively. The colostrum reinforced his nerve endings and stopped the haze from spreading. Theoretically, it's possible. At a young age, our bodies are
especially adaptable. It's like the very first spark of evolution.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? Are you saying that her child could be immune?
My eyes landed on Abel's stunned face.
Abel?
Of course, it'll take years before humanity learns how to interact with the claustrum and truly master its own mind. But our bodies are changing. That means someday they'll develop immunity to the infection and learn how to fight back against the haze.
So that child is immune. Because the mother was infected. Y'all, I don't like it.
He's struggling. We need to lay him down somewhere, but it's so filthy here. I don't know how to care for babies. Let me hold him. Go find the softest fabric you can. We'll make a cradle. And turn around. He's starting to shiver. We need to warm him up and help him calm down.
Kate slipped off her top and pressed the baby to her skin, covering them both with her jacket. Anna, having caught on, guided her to the sofa and pulled a blanket over them. Suddenly the lights went out, the music stopped, ending in a strange drawn-out warble. The squad exchanged uneasy glances.
Didn't you say the generator should last about 2 days?
I did. That's weird. Maybe it broke down. Or maybe someone destroyed it. An inhuman scream rang out from the floor below us. Yeah.
Or something shut it off on purpose.
Well, if it's not my man CAIN, then I'm sorry to say that we're in some huge-ass trouble, because that means that the abominations found us. But we will see what next episode is all about. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.